What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking today about the Bored Ape Yacht Club hack. This has happened quite like last week. Seth Green, he clicked on a phishing link effectively and lost a few NFTs. One of which just one of the Bored Apes, so like 141 ETH. So I want to get into that along with some of the things that have happened previously and just sort of highlight how you got to be careful about phishing links. Before I do, I update the spreadsheet. The first 26 coins that I spoke about on the channel, had you invested $100 into each of these when I release videos about them and you're still holding that crypto, you'd be in profit for 14k. That's obviously after a ton of retracements and a bear cycle. One thing I've been banging on about, continue to bang on about, will always bang on about, is research the coins you're excited about. A bear cycle, whether it's this doesn't have to just be, by the way, for crypto. This can be for housing. This can be for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the Nasdaq, the S&P 500, just normal stocks. Bear cycles and recessions are the best time to invest. It's where people's wealth changes exponentially, particularly if you get the right investments. And it only takes finding one or two to change things. So we're in a bear cycle right now, although I do believe Bitcoin's set for a small bounce up to around the 35k mark. I still think there's more retracements to come. So you've got time. A lot of coins are way away from their all-time high. If you're excited about them, you might find a gem. If you've not got around to it, come check out Copy My Crypto. It's where I share the coins I buy. Any coin that I get in on during the bear cycle are coins that I believe can 20x or more. So if you want to see them, click the link in the description and check it out. Right. So Seth Green's Bored Ape was stolen. Now he can't make his NFT show because he'd released a trailer for the show. So this Bored Ape have been hacked before. So the mass theft that happened via Bored Ape was, when was it? Like April, I believe. Basically, what happened is a hacking attack led to the theft of tons of these NFTs. So the attacker managed to seize control of the Bored Ape Yacht Club's Instagram account and then sent a phishing post that many followers clicked on, connecting their crypto wallets to the hacker's smart contract that they developed. This is a mechanism for implementing a crypto transaction. We all know this. That enabled the attacker to steal the assets held in the wallets. It enabled them to seize control of 4 Bored Apes, as well as a host of other NFTs with an estimated total value of $3 million. Instagram attacks are nothing new, of course, but in early April, like one pseudonymous owner, S27, lost a $500,000 ape collection after being tricked into swapping it for effectively counterfeits. The scammer created new NFTs that were visually identical to the Bored Ape Yacht Club pictures, except they had a green tick over them, mimicking the verified icon of the platform. In December, another ape holder, the New York art dealer Todd Kramer, disclosed his own $2.2 million loss with the tweet, "I have been hacked, all my apes have gone, this is just sold, please help me." And this is, unfortunately, something that we see. We've seen a lot of hacks across the last couple of years. The Lazarus hack on Axie Infinity. These phishing hacks are dangerous because, the moment you do a signature on a Metamask, you compromising your wallet because you're connecting your wallet to someone's smart contract, and if you don't know who they are, you're gonna get screwed. And this is what happened with Seth Green recently. So if you might know this already, like I say, I was a little bit behind on this news. So he was working on a show called White Horse Tavern, which features a number of different characters from various NFT collections, but the show revolves around one main NFT piece, which was Green's Bored Ape Yacht Club, which he had named Fred Simeon. Seth Green may no longer own the rights to the Bored Ape NFT, meaning he does not have permission to use the character in the animated series it was set to star in. And obviously he released the trailer, where you can see various NFTs knocking about in the entire show. And there's this Bored Ape in there. So the trailer for the series actually premiered at Gary Vaynerchuk's conference, VCon. He bought the ape in July, spent several months developing and exploiting the IP to make it into the star of the show. While talking with Vaynerchuk on stage, he said days before he's set to make his world debut, he's literally kidnapped. And this is what he actually shared. So he lost 4 NFTs, obviously the Bored Ape, and then also he's lost a Doodles one, a mutant ape, and I think that's another mutant ape, to be fair. So basically what's happened is Green fell for a phishing scam. Now these happen. So BuzzFeed reported that the current owner has no plans to give it back to the actor. The current owner actually bought it for $200,000 on OpenSea, I think. Experts in intellectual property have pointed out online in response to this story that a chain of title cannot be legitimately passed to a buyer of stolen property, so that's a concern. Now, fundamentally, what all of this boils down to is if he is not the NFT owner, he might not be able to utilize the image. But the bigger thing is you've got to be so goddamn careful, because if Instagram security wasn't good enough, and that's what resulted in this hack that led to millions of dollars being lost for people. So you can't just trust that a post coming from the people that you follow is them. It might have been a hack. The moment you give permission on your MetaMask wallet, the moment you do a signature, you've given permission. You can always remove those permissions, and it's worthwhile doing. And literally you can Google removing permissions from MetaMask and it will show you, there's loads of different tutorial videos and stuff like that to show you how to do this. And it's worthwhile doing, because if you've signed and done a signature for a transaction, or done a signature to utilize a smart contract, and you haven't used it in ages and you don't know who created it, they can still access your wallet. It's feasible that you can get wrecked 2 years down the line for something you signed a year ago. And if you've been building up your list, your hoard of cryptos, that could wreck you. So just be careful. Phishing scams are a real bitch, and they're easy to fall for because usually they come from a hack of someone else's feed. So they've stolen the authority of Bored Ape Yacht Club to do that, and people trust immediately. We saw it happen last year or the year before, where a load of Twitter accounts got hacked, so like Obama's, Musk's, like there were tons, all the high-profile people, and immediately people see it and go, "Oh crap, they've said this," and immediately do what's asked of them and lose everything. So be careful. Phishing scams are a danger. If you've done tons of transactions over the course of time on MetaMask, it might be worth going back onto your MetaMask and removing those permissions. Just for the sake of security. That's it. In fact, I'll show you links. Hey guys, so this is literally I typed in revoking permissions on MetaMask, and this is the link, worthwhile checking, and it shows you. So it explains what happens. So users lose their assets because they weren't aware about backdoors placed in smart contracts by malicious developers. What often happens is that such platforms ask the user for permission to spend an unlimited number of tokens. When interacting with well-known DeFi platforms with audited smart contracts, users typically don't have to worry about this. However, in the case of recently launched DeFi platforms which haven't been audited or reviewed by RugDoc, users should be aware of the risks, and the risks are there. So you can remove them. So connect your MetaMask, go to your profile, and then revoke permissions. And there are tons of different tools for this. This is mainly utilizing the bank, but there are tons of different ways of doing it. And it's just, guys, secure your assets. It's the best way. If you're securing them, you're sorted. But ledgers are always the best. But if you're going to buy a ledger, guys, off of the official site, not off of Amazon. Because again, malicious actors, backdoors into the ledgers. We've seen them get lost in the past as well. That's it from me anyway. Hope you're all keeping well. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you know when new content's coming out. And if you want to see the coins that I'm buying up that I think can 20x, 40x, 100x in the bear cycle, then just click the link in the description for Copy My Crypto, and you will be able to see the coins that I'm buying and loading up on for those big bull cycle gains. That's it from me. Take it easy. Bye-bye.